He's gritty, gritty. You know, that's definitely not the right sound effect. Let me rewind that. Let me read around that because we're gonna be very serious with this this stream here. We're gonna be very serious. Goddamn. Okay, so salute to everybody. And thank you for coming out and enjoying this very important live stream. I think this live stream will have not only women, but men are gonna say, wow, is that me or is that me? Now, I gave you the version from home, and you know, that's good, but it's also the version, well, this doesn't match. It's also the version that we have to have that there's a version that becomes of a man. You know, YT doesn't allow you to put in the word, the S word. You do know that, right? They don't allow it. Go to your phone right now and punch in the S word prevention. Watch what it does. I want you to do it. I want you to do this. It's amazing. They don't have, the minute you punch in that word, they only give you two options. That's either call or chat. That means talk. I just did it. Because I didn't want to put in the actual word that I wanted to use. You understand? Like, seriously. So shout out to K Beauty. I want you to type in the word as you're walking into this stream, click the like button, and I want you to type in the word S, you know the rest of the word I'm saying, I'll say it later, prevention. Punch in that word, punch in that phrase. Just watch, it's amazing. The YouTube would not allow you to do it because they know how serious this is. So as you come into this room and you want to enjoy this incredible exclusive live stream, and please feel free to ask the questions in chat. That's what we're here for. All right, so I'm gonna give you the myths and I'm gonna give you the reality. I'm gonna give you the truth and I'm gonna give you, you know what I mean? So embrace this, you know what I'm saying? Because this is probably something you'll never see on YT. So let me just say hello to everybody. Salute to K Beauty, shout out to Don't Panic. Hi everyone, I'm glad I caught you're gonna wanna catch this. And if there's any men that you have in your life, young men especially, I'm warning you. I'm giving you a disclaimer right now. This is gonna be tough. And you're probably not gonna like me at the end, but you're gonna like me later. Because once you start approaching that 30, you're gonna realize, uh-oh. Now, if you get to 30 and you say, please, and you feel rejuvenated and recharged and you feel you want to go, you can't wait to get older, this doesn't apply to you. Now, there's only 10% of that. The majority of you, if you're a millennial, you know what I'm talking about, male and female. You know you can't stand that phrase, that two letters, those two numbers, 30. You know you can't stand it. So everybody coming up after you, all you do is, you know, remember, y'all created trolls. Some of y'all have much impact. Some of y'all created trolls that are older. You have impact on a lot of old men, okay? Some of y'all have impact on a lot of old men, you do. So let me just say hello to her. So shout out to the Garden Scientist, salute to you. Shout out to Lonnie. Ken says, don't you feel like killing yourself is a weak move. Again, I had nothing. I can't say it's a weak move because that's all just going to make everybody putting themselves in a position not to talk to anybody. We are trying to prevent this, but I'm going to have to give it to you raw first. Pause. I have to give it to you raw because if I don't give it to you raw, you're not going to listen. Because I want you to be challenged when I tell you the truth. I don't want you to feel inspired in giving you a preachy lesson. This is nothing preachy about this. It's actually quite sad. We lost another one. And I say we lost as a black family, you understand? As a fan of the, as a fan of artistry, you know what I'm saying? As a fan of, a rap group that came out of New Jersey that was founded by Tupac. Because we need the greats to find these people. That's all they're going to get in these small towns, right? So, Machiavelli was one of the best Tupac albums. And the Outlaws were a big part of that. The Outlaws were a major part of that group. Of Tupac, you understand? He died and he had this group that was amazing. And as y'all know yesterday, if you don't know, Young Noble, which was no longer young. I know a lot of people put these names in front of there. They don't want to say OG, but they want to say Young G. I know time moves by fast, so you want to be young forever. But what y'all gotta stop doing is, because now I'm going to reveal the truth because you pushed me to it. You push it on a woman. They blame themselves because you're old. And as you get older, it gets worse. You go down. As you turn 30, man, come on, brother. As you turn 30, it goes downhill from there. You're traveling up a hill, 12 years old, 15 years old, 16, 18, 19. You're going up to the top of the hill. Once you hit 30, that's it. It's over. And it is. It's over. And in most cases, some of y'all never make it to 30 because you believe what I say. Now, I'm not co-signing because I don't know what triggered you or what situation you went in life to figure I'm just going to lose it all. I never seen a situation that I agreed with that you took yourself out of here. There are some reasons, but I feel as if you have an ability of doing something wrong and really harming somebody, that's when I feel that it's worth it. But if you're going to harm somebody and then take them with you, that's just selfish. You should have did what you had to do. Because that's what the law is going to do to you anyway, depending what state you are in, right? So I'm not going to say I'm not going to look at anybody down on this level because Ken Thompson probably went through this himself. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know if Ken Thompson, right, as an individual ever contemplated on doing this. Just because he said that doesn't mean he doesn't struggle with this. See, the problem is y'all don't have anybody. You could punch in black women over 40, 50, loser this, loser that. It all comes up. Once you type in suicide prevention, it does not come up. It's not an option because they want you to speak to them because they know that this platform of YouTube, because YouTube is a platform, they know that people, it actually ignites the thought. Because you got to think about it like this, right? The average black man was brought up to feel as if he wasn't worth nothing to society. The black woman has a chance because if they had a choice and a white community had the choice to say, can we pick black man moving in, black woman moving? They rather the black woman. She's less violent, causes less problems, but she may have a boyfriend. And that could ruin the whole neighborhood. They don't know that black people in a white neighborhood are going to be at their best behavior. Nobody realizes that. A black family is only detrimental to a black community. He's not detrimental to any community. He's detrimental to his own because he will act accordingly if he sees white. Case in point, if you're in Flatbush, Brooklyn, the Jewish community with the $1 million, $2, $3, $4 million houses around the corner from the hood, nobody goes over there. They're not going to sell no drugs. They're not going to do no home invasions. They know better. So as stupid as they seem to be, they're only stupid in our community. They're not going to go and drag the Jewish woman with the 4 kids and do harm to her. Because they know the repercussions. Not only is he going to get affected, he doesn't have a chance. He ain't trying to go to jail for 100 years, even though he's not going to be accomplishing shit. So he's going to be accordingly. So he's going to ruin his own. All he knows is to do is destroy his own. Now, we're in a master class right now, so you have to ask the questions. No questions asked that I'm here by myself. As a black man, black boy, he knows the difference. He knows if he rapes his black woman, he could get out of jail quicker than raping a white woman. He'll destroy his own community before he destroys a white community. He'll destroy his woman before he destroys another woman. Latin prostitute across the seas, he'll cherish her, build her, bring her to America as a migrant and help and build her. But he won't do that with his own. Because the level is the black man knows that he was born a failure on average. His father didn't teach him his value. His mother can't teach him how to be a man. So he has to resort to validation through the streets, stuff like that. So when you see brothers like Young Noble in the thumbnail with his daughter on Father's Day, right? Not realizing that in less than a month, her father's going to kill himself. I promise you right now, she's going to feel that she was to blame for that. He took a picture. Y'all thought it was cute. I said he's reaching out for help. He's crying for help. That's why he posted it. He know he didn't accomplish nothing since the only man he looked up to was Tupac, and he died in 96. He can't cope anymore. Man don't teach men to deal with 30. Why? Because he knows that at 30 years old, it all goes downhill from there. Oh yeah, it does. You haven't seen nothing yet. You have a son and a daughter, right? Watch what the son deals with. The daughter could only go down the hills if she's with the son. With the man. A woman can't go down the hill on her own. She has to be pushed. Women are designed differently. They biologically are designed differently. You understand what I'm saying? They're made to give life. They're made to snap back. They're made to adjust and deal with things that men can't deal with. So if a woman has a bad man next to her, yes, she will decline. Facts. Well, then how do we deal with staying away from that man? You got to become professionals. He's not going to try to approach a cop. If you're a female officer, he's not going to approach you if you're a federal agent. You're not approachable unless you don't realize who you are. You're a doctor. You're a lawyer. I don't care if you're a lawyer and those are your clients. But as a professional, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you could be an entrepreneur living at home. You could put all your merchandise in the storage or self-storage. That's what they're there for. He may tell you that we could live in a self-storage and save money and spend $150 a month and live in there. Again, you only could go down the hill when you're with him. Okay? So with everything going on, she said, yeah, see what it says? Punch in suicide prevention on YouTube. Just punch it in, type it in. Put suicide prevention. Watch what it does. It gives you no choice of a video. It says, do you need help? Is available. Why is that on here? Why is that on you? It's the same thing on Facebook. They're not telling a man, listen, as a boy, I'm telling you right now, by the time you turn 30, it all goes down here. You prepare him when you tell him that. Now, on the back end, it gets tougher, but it doesn't go uphill when he hits 30. It does not. Because that's the highest point in your life is 30 years old. When you can't prepare for that, and you're not prepared for it, you ain't got your exit, you ain't got your shit in order. By the time you hit 30, you know what's gonna happen when you hit 50. You're never gonna achieve shit. As a man, you don't realize that because you only think, well, somebody, if you think I'm wrong, then challenge me. I just challenge you. You'll never be nothing by the time you're 30 years old. Any woman deals with you, you're going to destroy her. Because at 30, 31, 35, 5 years later, you're going to be even more down the hill. It keeps going lower. Before you know, you'll be at the fucking bottom at 40. You internalize that because, see, a woman could prosper. She could give life. All you can do is take life. That's why they give you bigger time in jail for murders than women. Because they know you're a menace to society. They can't do nothing when you're 15 when you commit a murder. They got to get you at 30. No more minor, no more nothing. Nigga's a grown-ass man. Legit. We all know you was a grown-ass man at 19. But you're still young. 30 years old is no such thing as being young. Because now you're a grandfather. The older you get, you're no different than the old man that's in the wheelchair with the cane. Yeah, a wheelchair and a cane. He got to use the cane to get out of the wheelchair. How many grandkids he got? Doesn't matter. You're a grandfather now. Biologically, you can be a grandfather. I don't want to meet women with no kids. We're different. Just tell them you want to be their grandfather. Because that's what you are at 30. 30-year-old grandfather, 40-year-old grandfather, 50-year-old grandfather. Tell me which one is in better health. It all goes down there, man. I'm telling you. 10% will survive that. 90%, it all goes downhill from that. You will be a fucking failure by 50. So, in order to have company, you're going to have to take a woman along. You're going to have to go on social media, build up a platform, and get a whole bunch of homies because there's a lot of niggas. Because the majority of these men are losers. Create a YouTube channel and pull some men, pull some new recruiting. There's going to be some women in there too because they're just as stupid as you. They endured your disease. It's a male. This is a male only disease. But some of the women feel that it's something. It's like basically like you saying you have a yeast infection. Can men get a yeast infection? Can man have an infection on his clitoris? You think you can. So the women think, oh wow, they could understand us. Women identify with gay men more than gay men identify with men. Oh, they think like they understand a woman. That's how bad it is in the black community. But see, nobody told you that 30 years old is the worst fucking age for a man. I was there. Only difference was I'm the 10%. I'm not giving you no more than that. The worst age you want to, I don't give a fuck if you're 23. You got 7 more years before you see that you're going to become a full fucking failure every year. Now you have to prevent that because every year you're going to contemplate on letting it all go. Giving up. Lord, the job's pissing you off. Baby's mother's pissing me off. You're going to want to give up. How many of y'all had fathers that walked out your life? He ain't do it at 15 years old, too young. 21, too young. 30, yeah, that's what they do. You got to ask a man, when you're having problems, ask a person how old they are. Every fucking failure I know is over the age of 25. And if they're under the age of 25, they're just too young. Oh, as a woman, she's a minority times 2. She has a better chance than you do. You're a minority times 1, you fucking loser. How many of y'all black men heard your mother tell you won't be shit? She knows it because your father wasn't shit. She didn't tell you that because her grandmother wasn't shit. She didn't tell you that because her mother wasn't shit. She knows you're not going to be shit. So now you've been challenged. Was she right? Well, prove her wrong. Don't bitch. Because God forbid she passes away, you're finished. When they go to adoption agencies, nobody wants the boy. 15-year-old boy and 15-year-old girl, which one you think they're going to adopt? They're going to adopt the 15-year-old girl. Because that fucking boy is going to be a headache, especially if he's black. He's destined to be a criminal. It's in his blood. He's definitely the rob and steal. He can't be fucking trusted. He's a black male. Is there anything positive about the word black male? Tell me right now, is there anything positive about the word black? The terminology blackmailing somebody. What does that mean, black man? As a black man, I'll tell you what the fuck it means. It ain't nothing good. It definitely don't mean privileged. To blackmail your opponent, nigga, is bad. To blackmail the youth, I'm not going to blackmail you. I'm going to tell you the truth. You haven't seen nothing yet. Some of you niggas are 15, you become trolls. That's cute. You're young, you're a troll. A young fucking troll, old jokes, old this. Yeah, wait till you turn. I told one of my workers, he likes talking to old shit. Oh, this one's older. Call me, unk and all. Yeah, I said, wait till you turn 30. You have no fucking idea. You're not going to make it. You're going to be a fucking loser. Damn, Nate, that's hard. It's the truth. Hard is if I tell you a lie. If I lie to you, that's wrong. I told you the truth. By the time he's 30 years old, he's going to be a fucking loser. He probably going to compensate on suicide. You know how many niggas I know that's 29, 30 years old? How many? I had a family friend years ago. He's listening. He told me he contemplated on jumping off of a ladder. I don't know if it was 20 feet or 40 feet. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I really wanted to tell him. I can't say that on live stream, but if you know me by now, you know what you should have just, you know what I mean? Do us all a fucking favor. We don't need no more negativity in the streets. If half of these losers just took it upon themselves to say, I am valueless, I'm worthless, the world would be a better place. But when we lose our real men, then it hurts. Oh, it takes a village to raise kids. No, it don't. That's a lie. Not with that loser in there. Because he's going to fuck it all up. You got the same men that say, I don't eat pork because pork eat their own shit. They live in slop. Really? What's more detrimental, a man that eats pork or a man that's around black men? What could put a nigga in the grave quicker? That emotional black fucking male? Or that fucking pig with the bacon and pork chops? Are you kidding me? I don't give a fuck if there's a worm in there. A worm is near not as harmful as that black fucking male. He's lost. So by 30, you need to get your plans together, black man, because I'm telling you right now, mark my word on this, you haven't seen nothing yet. And a lot of you old niggas listening to me right now, you know I'm telling the truth. Because you know and I know you got to go back to being 21. Isn't that what Luke said? I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care if you're a fucking billionaire. Me and my wife and my daughter went to the doctor the other day. The pediatrician, my daughter got a cold, as y'all know. We went to the pediatrician. She notices a difference with the doctor. The wife, the other day when she went to the doctor, about a month or two ago, when my daughter went there, she said, oh, doesn't it feel to have a good man? I have his girlfriend. I don't know if he's married to her, but she was telling my wife, you got a good man. Doesn't it feel to have a good man? Because I don't know what I would do in this dating thing. She was bonding with him. His girlfriend, wife, milfed out, nice looking woman. Older gentleman, daughter's beautiful. She got a practice in there. Life is great, right? Yeah, okay. He comes into the office. My wife says to me, we get back in the car. She said, something is different. I said, what do you know? Now, I know where she's coming from. I just want to listen to what she says. So she says, something is different with him. He doesn't seem happy. I said, babe, he's old. They're all like that. He's suffering right now. Don't be afraid. Don't be surprised if he commits suicide. Because he has everything that you as a woman, as a lady would endure. That doesn't mean nothing to him because he got these things to make him feel better. He's a doctor. He's got his own practice. His daughter's got her practice upstairs on the second floor. They own the building. His girlfriend is bad, but he's old. As they get older, as men get older, they get worse. They get worse. There's a small percentage, a very small percentage that does better, right? Shout out to the Bullis Gotti show. Shout out to Bullis Gotti. Shout out to Bullis Gotti. I didn't see it. Let me bring this back. When I was a kid, I got the worst ass whipping in Port Richmond, Staten Island. I veered off. My father, my mother was at a family, a friend's house, and we were all on the porch. And me and her, their kids, I went with them. We got lost enough where we didn't come right back. Man, my father whooped my ass in the middle of the street. Best ass whipping I had in my life. Do you know if you see somebody whooping their kid right now with a belt, do you know the amount of trouble that parent's gonna be in? Do you know how much trouble the kid is gonna be in? First of all, it's gonna be on the front page of the news. Everybody's gonna pull out their camera phone. They didn't have camera phones when I was a kid. No, they didn't have all these surveillance cameras ringing on. You understand? When I got that ass whooping, I never did it again. And I remember every bit of that. I remember that my back, when that belt hit my back, because I tried to run. Painful, terrible, call it whatever you want. But that's why I'm here. So I wasn't raised with telling you it's going to be easy. Because I'm going to tell you, you haven't seen a struggle yet until you get older. And you black men are not prepared. You're not. So you think you're going to look at Young Noble as any less or Diddy being abused? Yeah, you're headed there. You watch. I just hope that there's another woman on Cassie's side to be that side. A lot of y'all are becoming, cheerleaders and, oh yeah, Diddy, and yo, I told you he was going to beat the RICO law and all this, that, and the third. Yeah, typical abuser talk. Because that means you're suffering. Well, Nate, I was raised by my father. I don't give a fuck. You supported Diddy through that situation. You are a loser. Diddy don't care about himself. Why do you care about him so much? Loser. Because you know why? Your life is shit. You're late. You're doing shit a lot of you niggas are doing shit in the golden era, been gone for 25 fucking years. You still trying to catch up. It's gone. But you haven't seen nothing yet, man. 30 and 50 is the two worst fucking ages you will ever endure, black man. Ever. I promise you that. And you didn't get that lick on your back. See, your father probably beat you up because you didn't bring no peanut butter in the fucking house, because you probably said good night and he came there and beat the shit out. That's abuse, nigga. My father didn't abuse me because I was wrong. I knew what the fuck I did was wrong that day. I knew when I came back, I was in trouble because he thought I died. You haven't seen nothing yet, black man. You could keep dragging sisters into this. You could keep it up. Keep supporting Diddy, support R. Kelly. Play his fucking music. You know, when you go to Diddy's house, have him fuck you up the ass. Maybe you may bust a nut better. You know, ask Uncle Luke. Women don't even turn him on anymore. Because he's a failure. He's 61. His life is over. 61 years old and you've been struggling since 30 for 31 years, you got to let it go. Literally. On the outside looking in, successful man. And inside, he's a pile of shit. He feels it. He don't know me from a hole in the wall. Let me do a video and tap it in. Uncle Luke, let me leave a message on his Instagram and say, man, you a complete loser. 61 years old, you should be dead. I bet you he'll respond to me. You know why? Because he says, this motherfucker must know me. He'll block me. He know he will. Johnny said, your channel's inspiring me to get it together before the 30s and my early 20s. That's what you're supposed to do. Because if I influence you, I would drag the woman. Now, I could influence you. I could tell you a whole bunch of shit. 30 is the best time of your life. Life gets better. No, it does not. That's a lie. Because the closer you become to 30, the closer you're going to have mommy and daddy around. Because now they're old. Your foundation is your parents. Some of y'all had foundations that was your grandparents. Some of y'all wasn't fortunate enough to have your parents around. Some of your foundation was the system. Some of y'all got it, house, I got, things are going good in my life. Is it really going that good? How old are you? I don't want to know your age, ladies. I want to know the man's age. And I could tell you what he's going through. Nate, you could tell a lot about a man from looking at him. I could tell more about his age. Just give me his age. That's all I need to know. I need to know the year he was born. I could tell you if it's a big piece of shit or a little piece of shit. Well, Nate, he's 12 years old. He's young. I can't call him a piece of shit yet. Well, he's 17. Now he's starting to become a little piece of shit. Starts to grow around that time. A man's peak is from 15 to 25. That's it. It's over. Because now 25, he has to, 5 years, he's going to be 30. That's it. It's over. His physical peak, his health, his energy, his bedroom game, 15 to 25. Why you think women want to fuck young niggas? Not because they feel young, because the old man can't fuck them no more. He can't get it up properly. These niggas is in nursing homes and they want to get their dick sucked. They can't, there's no feeling down there anymore. All he can do is eat pussy at a certain age. You could fuck until you die. Well, a man can have babies forever. That's not true. That's another myth. That's a lie. This niggas out here shooting blanks in their 20s. That's not true. He has a risk of having a child that can be retarded the older he gets. Oh, women can have babies after 50. Lies. That's a lie. Keep believing that shit. We got technology now. If you could freeze how the fuck is that the truth when you could freeze fucking sperm? Look it up. Find out the oldest woman that had a child. Show me one. I guarantee there's one. But there's not a nigga out here in his 80s fucking the whole block without some help. Ain't no nigga that's 80 years old, this fucking woman paying his rent for free because he giving up some 80-year-old dick. Does not exist. It's a lie. Don't believe it. Okay? Okay, Pornhub and all these things are doing good because of men. Because men are worthless. They know it. Prostitutes eat because of men. Men supply them. It's not women. Women are the talent. They get paid to supply the men. Women don't pay men to have sex. Men pay women. Shout out to doing the research. Goddamn. Thank you for that super chat, man. So if I came here to tell you that 30s is your best time, you got this, you got that, I'll be lying to you. You will contemplate more on letting it go in your 30s, 40s, and 50s more than you ever will in your teens. Teens, you're too young to know. So the validation you going through there trying to achieve in your teens, that's because you're probably not popular. Your mother and father wasn't shit. But I'll tell you this for sure, when you get older, that's just gonna affect you. The trauma gets worse the older a man gets. Okay, so God of Scientist says, I'm 35, I'm right fire right now, physical, mentally, financially, men usually in their prime years. No, you can't say that though. You can't say that because you're not in prime position to say, you as a man cannot say that. Because the reality is that you're 35 years old. Respectful. And watch it. This is my man. Watch this. Right? This is a nigga I fuck with. Listen to this. Ladies, listen to this. Never listen to a man that says this. Never, right? You see this comment right here? Read this comment. I'm 35 years old. This is the shit that y'all gonna read in dating apps. He's 35. That's it. There's nothing he can tell me. He can tell you that. Because if that's the case, he'd be playing college football. This is an old man in a fucking basketball court, 35. 35 is an old man in 35 is an old man in sports. You older when you 35 as a boxer. Have you ever seen a kid in high school sprint next to a 35-year-old? My daughter's faster than most 35-year-olds. Let me blow your mind even better. In 25 years, he'll be 60 years old. He's an old man. And that's my man. I love it, brother. The Carter Scientist is a supporter here. That is an old man. 5 years. See, the thing is, he has to say to himself, I'm 35, I'm on fire right now, physically, mentally. No, he's not. He's more subjected to committing suicide because he's in suicide years. Look it up. Go do your research. Look it up. Look it up. He's in the years now, especially living in this era. 35 years old is an old man in the United States. It's an old man because he's 35. He's not 21. He's not 15. If he was 15, he wouldn't have to say he's on fire right now, physically, mentally, financially. We know it. He's 15. If I got 15-year-olds working for me in the moving business and a 35-year-old, right, the 15-year-old is going to be able to do more. He could last longer. He's 15. Even if he's lazy at that age, he's still at an age where it's almost impossible. They would say to you, you're a lazy kid. 35, now we got to test to see if he's that physically meant financially. Right. Well, he can't be financially set yet. He's not old enough. You're only financially set when you retire. When your retirement is going to determine what your value is. Can you live off your savings? Can you live off of Social Security? Can you live off your pension? So when you hear a man tell you, I'm physically fit, financially, spiritually, usually their prime years is from 30 to 40. No, it's not. Prime years is not 30 to 40 for a man, especially black. It's 15 to 25. Your sexual prime is from 15 to 25. 20 years old, you could fuck 3 women by yourself, back and forth with no drugs. 35-year-old, you just know how to eat pussy now and satisfy a woman. That's all. That's all it means. As you get older, then he could make a woman, the 40, 50, 60 years old, he'll be able to make a woman come without touching her. 15 to 25 is a male's peak. That's it. That's the maximum. 25, and I'm pushing it. It used to be 15 to 21. A woman's sexual peak is over 50. So when a man like Garden Scientist fucks a young woman, his validation is going to go through her because he knows he's old. But when a man's 15 to 25, he don't want a younger girl. He's going to want an older woman because that's going to confirm who he physically is in the bedroom. You can't satisfy a woman. You can't fuck. No way. When a man wants to be grown, he ain't going to fuck another kid. He got to fuck a grown woman. But when that nigga start getting old, now he want the young pussy now. And it's true, young pussy does make him feel younger. Yes, it does. That's actually true. He's going to feel old being with you because it's reminding him of his age. So anytime you see this type of thing, respectfully, because he said it, thank you for saying it, that's just an old man pandering and kicking some game to get you to believe it. You have to determine that. How is he financially fit if you're a doctor? You don't need him. Mentally fit, you're a woman. You can deal with more. Whether you have kids or not, you are built to have children. There's not a man in this world that's built for that because it's biologically not possible. Your body's built, all of your internal organs are fit to give human beings to pop out of your body. Okay? You bleed every month. A man bleeds out of his penis. That means his manhood is gone. That's it. No more erection. You bleed, you cleaning your body out. You understand? It's 2 entirely different things. A man says he woke up and his blood came out of his penis. He has to go to the doctor because he probably lost his manhood. There's no such thing as a 35-year-old man that is on fire. He's 35. 35 is an old man. 55 is an old man. 65. These are all old men. 15-year-old is a kid. 18-year-old is a child. There's nothing childish of a 35-year-old man. In most cases, he probably lost his hair by then. Not the Garden Scientist, but you understand? Dude in my Jamaican spot was found dead. The back of the restaurant had fentanyl in his system. Right, because they do drugs to feel better. That's why people do drugs, because they feel like shit. So let's just say I'm a drug dealer. I sell you some fentanyl. Say, yo, this is going to make you feel good. You're already down. I'm kicking you when you're down and I'm taking advantage of you. You don't even know it, but you trust me because I'm giving you the drug. That's what they do with an influencer. The inspirer is not going to give you the drug to take. Complete different dynamic. So if I tell somebody I'm giving you this fentanyl, I'm no longer an inspirer. I'm an influencer. I get the benefit of being an influencer. I get the benefit, you don't. Even if I'm a fucking loser, I still get the benefit because you're taking it, not me. He was 40 years old, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was 40. That's why he did that. When your kids are facing depression in school, young or old, right? We're talking like 15, 16, 12, 8, 9. That's a problem. Because now they're inheriting a grown-up disease. Suicide is for grown-ups. If a kid determines on contemplating on suicide, they have endured a very mature mind of thinking because they're too young where that would matter. You understand? What in the fuck could a kid go through to feel like to take their life? Because they seen something they shouldn't have seen. I had a cousin, 15 years old in 2001. He hung himself in a bathroom. Don't play with me. Who's to blame? See, when he's old, there's nobody to blame. He's old. That's natural. When they're young, somebody had to push them too. It's like a little kid that calls you a nigger. Okay? 8 years old, you nigger, that means he heard it. He was influenced by the parents. Somebody influenced the kid's too young. So when my cousin hung herself, we knew his mother. It was the reason because of the mother. The mother was a piece of shit. She still is. She was a piece of fucking garbage. But I knew the deal. I knew that he was too young to had. He attempted it one time, and this time, the next time he was successful. He killed himself. 15 years old. They want to do an investigation. When he's that, you think they're going to investigate young Noble? Nope. He's 47 years old. Self-inflicted gunshot. You know how they investigate a crime? They don't release the name. He's too young. They got to find out, was the gun his? Not at 47. Not at 35. There's a gun. He had it in his hand. He killed himself. That's it. Quick. No investigation work. When the medical examiner comes there, they're going to self-inflicted suicide. A kid, they're going to investigate it. Why did he do that? Is there suicide? No. Was he abused? What was his great? They go deeper because now they got to find out who pushed him. Not for an adult. You understand? I know the difference. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, garden scientists, don't get it fucked up. That's my man. Me and him talk on Instagram. I'm just saying to you, every man is going to talk good about himself. They all this because they're supposed to. We are taught to hold it in. I wasn't taught to hold it in, but he was taught to hold it in. So when he's taught to hold it in, a man's going to tell you what y'all say he want to hear. No, he's going to say what society wants to hear because he's black. He knows society looks at him as a criminal, so he's going to say he's at his best. You can't say you're at your best. Let's hear what it was with your worst. Some of y'all women sit on a date, the guy tells you, I work here, I'm doing this. Right. I'm in front of doctors. My daughter's pediatrician. I'm not impressed. I could tell he's fucked up. I could tell right now. Right now, if they said the doctor killed himself, I said I wasn't surprised. I seen it coming. You could tell in the energy. When a man tells me he got his shit together, that means he's insecure. I never walk to a woman and say, I got my shit together. That's for you to determine that. Because I could tell you I got my damn shit together. What does that mean? I could still be hurting on the inside. You understand? Shout out to DJ Chocolate. He said, you got the experience, so I hear you. I feel you better than I'm excited about my future. Right. Well, excited about the future, yeah, that is better than saying that, but it's all bad. Because when you say you're excited about the future, why? You got to give me a reason. If you're excited about the future because you have a child and the child's growing, or maybe you're not excited about the future because the child's growing and you love the fact that they're a baby. You can't be excited about the future in this day and time in 2025. Nobody's excited. So it's all bad. Life is great, no complaints. That's a cry for help. Somebody says, listen, I woke up this morning. That's good. That's a good one. Because they're not telling you if it's good or bad, but they say, well, I woke up. Some of these niggas is like, I wish I ain't wake up this morning. That's what young Noble did. That's why he murked himself. Look at all the people that committed suicide. Think about it. When a man does it, that's just a man. That's what they do. When a woman does it, it must have been a man. Suicide is a male thing. Anytime a woman commits suicide, a man is involved in that. Whether he didn't teach her to love, whether he didn't teach her value, whether he hurt her. When that model jumped off the fucking damn building in Manhattan, that beautiful woman, it had to do with a guy. I guarantee you that. It had nothing to do with one of the girls in school. That's bullshit. It's a man. A man could make a woman jump off a damn building because he transfers that into her. So Nate, what are you saying? Are you saying that you're saying being with this type of man is contagious? Very contagious. It's worse than COVID. If some man told you he'd had AIDS, would you kiss him? Probably not. You probably won't catch AIDS from kissing him. But one thing you will catch, date him and have a baby with him and see what fucking happens. I'm almost 40. The new generation ain't gonna make it like me. Brother, you lucky that you even where you at. Because you gonna wait till you turn 50. You ain't seen nothing yet. Because you're on the slide down. See, the mountaintop is 30 for a man. For a man, he peaks from 15 to 25 to prepare for 30. Because this mountaintop, he got to stay there. Most niggas ain't going to stay there because they don't know how to. So now 31, 32, 33, 34. He's further down the fucking hill than he was when he was on the top. Because he's getting older. That's why they tell you life is short, because a man's lifetime is short on this earth than a woman. You live longer than us, ladies. And that's very frustrating for a man, that truth. A man has a boy and a girl, unless the daughter dies of a disease, most likely the kid's gonna die first. Especially with his environment, black, young. How many of you see these single mothers losing their fucking sons to violence, street violence? They'll kill that fucking man. These niggas are killers at 15 years old. Dangerous. Destroy the woman and kill the man. A menace to society. But 30 with that mindset is worse. Because now he goes into jail as a youth at 15. He's still a youth. Even though he killed 3 people, he's still a youth. 30 years old, nigga, we didn't give you 2021. Fuck that. Okay, 30. So you almost 40 is going through it. Now sometimes guys will be like, oh, well, you just saying that? You will see. Trust me on that. The one loser that put down his thumbs down, he disagrees because he knows he's a fucking failure. He knows it's hard as fuck out here. He knows life gets harder generally for everybody as you get older. But for the man, it's worse. Because he's taught to keep it to himself. He's taught not to tell anybody. He has to put the facade and tell you life is great. I'm doing well financially. I'm doing this. I'm at my better. I'm at the best space ever. They all say the same shit. All of them. And behind closed doors, they in fucking tears. They're terrified. They don't have a father where you can knock on the door and say, Daddy, is everything going to be okay? All they know is mama. Mama! Trauma affects a woman as she gets older. But remember, women mentally are stronger than men. Oh, yeah. Man's depressed, woman's depressed. Brother and sister, he's going to be fucking worse. That's the only thing about life in this society. Age does not work good for a man at all. I was talking to a man who's turned 52, and it's all talks about aging affects man great. Yes, it does. Because now he got to think about, for one, 52 years old in this society, Physically on the outside looking in, a man could dress up and camouflage that. He's suffering. Unless he's the 10%, we ain't talk about the 10% in this conversation. We talk about 90%, which is the majority of the black, we're talking about all black males, because only 10% of men. 52 for a black male is a death sentence. Nothing good about that fucking age is gonna go for him because he's 52 years old. Yeah, he feels accountable. Yeah, he feels entitled. Right, because that's his age. Kids feel entitled. How the fuck does a 52-year-old man feel entitled to date a fucking teenager? Young kids are bums. A lot of these young niggas is bums. They asking for this, that, mama buying them sneakers, this, that, and third. They couldn't take care of their parents. A man at 52 years old, if he had a bad past, it's gonna affect him forever. That's why Diddy beat the shit out of fucking Cassie. Listen to the video when he said he apologized. He said he was going to a dark side. It's not a dark side. That's what 50-year-old men do. Males, you understand? That's just how they are. Tupac, Biggie, and B.I.G. are great role models for New York City black men. I mean, come on now, bro. I don't even know how you alive. I don't know why you're still here. That's the problem. The fact that you say Tupac, Biggie, and B.I.G. Tupac, Biggie, and B.I.G. I mean, who's B.I.G., nigga? Biggie's B.I.G. are great role models. See, you're trolling. See what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? That's all y'all know how to do. You troll. That's a troll. Even if you were serious, you're still a fucking troll. You're worthless. The fact that you believe that, the fact that you entertain that, typical black male mindset, looking for a fucking father. Tupac and Biggie were terrible role models. Terrible. Biggie talked about sucking on his daddy's dick to be with a woman. He said it himself. Tupac was an emotional wreck. How old was he when he died? You think Tupac would have baited to 30 without getting murdered? They got him out of here early because he was an emotional fucking wreck. When he was in jail in New York, right? He was in jail in New York. He ain't say none of that West Coast shit till the fuck he got out. Then he started talking all that blood shit. Get the fuck out of here. Tupac was no fucking good. Biggie was no good. They both was losers. That's why they killed each other. And niggas that killed them, who is it? The guy that killed Pac, look him up. Look him up on YouTube. Old ass nigga pushing 60, washed up. He was a loser then. He looked at another man to kill him. Tupac and Biggie was worthless. They were terrible for black fucking society. Horrible. Lonnie says, do you think part of a man attaches himself to a younger woman to be, because he doesn't have the thoughts of killing himself so he can, I mean, if he did, that'd be good. You know what I mean? But he doesn't. Man attached themselves to a young woman because it makes him feel young. It's a mental thing. That's it. I mean, if an old nigga could go get a young woman, that's gonna make any man feel young. It'll make me feel young. You know what I mean? You could turn her out. It's easier to turn her out and do all the above. But I mean, it's harder to turn an older woman out. That's where it matters. When these old men go out here to get somebody to fuck their wife, they don't go get an old 60-year-old nigga to do it. They get a younger one. So that's why the black male is worthless, because he's worth nothing at 30. He's worthless. It all goes downhill from there. I'm telling you. And he knows it. He knows I know it. You know how many niggas click on that suicide prevention? They know. They know. YouTube does an algorithm for that. The fact that I was doing the research to put the word in my in my caption, I had to test it. But now, guess what's going to happen? The algorithm is going to give me shit to suicide prevention. Somebody probably emailed me now because I punched in suicide prevention. So what I'm urging you black men to do, you got to go to YouTube and click on the suicide prevention. You need help, chat. Put on that. Don't put help, put chat, because you need to talk to somebody. Tell them what everybody knows. You're terrified of dying. You don't live for your rights. You don't protect your community. You don't die for your family. You're worthless. And at 30, forget it. Come on now. Are you fucking kidding me? Well, how about niggas that wear Jordans at 30? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because Jordan himself is a fucking loser. And he's practically 60 years old. Doesn't matter what a man wears. That's the camouflage. That's just a camouflage to woman. All you got to do is tell me his age, and I could tell you how much of a loser. Whether he's wearing Jordans or flip-flops, it doesn't matter. He's old. So to answer your question, men only attach themselves to younger women because he hit the wall. That's why he does that. Let me give you a case in point. If a man could attract a younger woman on his own, right? Younger women would talk about it. Now, I'm not saying younger women don't fuck old niggas. They do. What I'm saying to you is you don't hear younger women talking about bagging up some old nigga unless they trying to use him for his car. Maybe he could buy me sneakers, shit like that. You know what I mean? Older niggas want young women more than younger women want old men. Nobody wants an old man to talk to them. He's walking out there, big fat stomach, great fucking beard, jumping out of a pickup. That's disgusting. So he knows that. He knows he's disgusting. He's not going to tell you that. He knows he's disgusting because he's old. When a man knows he's disgusted is when he's old. When he's a kid, he's fat. He doesn't have no self-love. He's not confident. That's a kid. That's kid shit. Okay? When you're older, nigga, that's your age. It's not about him being confident. It's because he's old. He's 30. That's the pinnacle of the age. When you're born in when it starts going downhill for a man at 30 fucking years old. You don't believe me? Years ago, they tell you to go get a colonoscopy at 50. Not anymore. Now they tell you 40, 45. So at 30 years old, you got to do what an old man would do. Look it up. Go to your doctor. When you're a child, you go to a pediatrician, nigga. As an adult, you got to go to a doctor yearly. And the first thing they're going to ask you when you're 50 years old is, did you have your colonoscopy yet? And you know what the black man's going to say? No, I didn't. And the doctor's going to say, you better do it. You're at the age. He knows. So when homeboy said he was 35, when Garden Scientist says he was 35, 35 is an old man. But to him, he doesn't want to accept that. So he says, hey, I got this, I got that. Right. So if you got all this, go to a woman right now, go to high school right now and go bag up a senior, 18 years old, and tell her right now, ask her the question that every old man asks, how old do I look? And she's going to tell you, she's going to get it fucked up because she don't know the difference. Because even if you're 50 and she says you're 35, you're still 35 fucking years old talking to a child. So yes, mentally a younger woman makes us feel younger. That's it. That's all. The pussy ain't better. What he told you is tighter. It's not that it's tighter. It's his dick. His dick gets up less. If you got a big, strong dick, okay, all right, no pussy's going, you're going to hurt everybody. But when you can't get a full erection and you fucking a little 21-year-old girl, of course it's going to be tight. She's moaning, oh my God, it hurts, because she's not experienced. As you get older, that shit go right. Oh, yes, baby, give it to me. She wants that work put in. He looking at himself in the mirror. He's not in the same shape. His face is all wrinkled. He got the beard. He's all fucked up. They don't tell you that. I'm telling you. He don't come to me. He tells you that. See, when a woman goes and tell you, you old washed up ass nigga, he can have a rebuttal, say, you ugly washed up bitch. He actually can give a rebuttal and destroy her. He can't do it to me. If I call my man right now in Florida, first thing he's gonna talk about is the Diddy case. He's an old fuck right now. All they know how to do is suck each other's dicks. That's it. You understand? Thank you, Green Vegan. Do you think men attach themselves to younger? Okay, she said that. Hold on. 30 is the age where God stops giving you chances and starts giving you consequences. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. I like that, sister. I like that a lot. And that's true. Shout to Chaos Rain. He said the 80-year-old D ain't putting women to the bed. Well, 10% are. There's 10% of 80-year-old niggas is still putting it down. There is. There's always 10%. Most 80-year-old niggas are not. And we know that. I'm 44, feeling like new breaks. Yeah, you could feel that yourself, but you're still an old fart. 44, come on, man. You're 6 years from being 50. You're going to contemplate on suicide a couple of times, trust me. If not, you're going to want to give up. You're going to want to let go of that job, give up on this bitch, fuck this game. I'm tired of chasing these bitches. That's what old men do. They give up. When you're old is when you give up. Kids, don't you give up. You're going to go to school and you're going to be a winner. Now, old niggas, that's it. They got their mind made up. They old. 44, I don't even like niggas in their 40s. They're terrible. I'd rather be around worthless kids. At least I can fucking build them up. I can't build a 44-year-old up. He's set in his ways, 44. You understand what I'm saying? Now again, I mean, listen, I can't school you about the woman 1,000,010 ways because there's some shit about women I don't know. But I know that fucking man. I know him. And he knows I know him. A lot of y'all, see, the only one that talks to these old niggas is black women. Y'all the only ones that fucking deal with them. Nobody else does. Look at Shaq. Look at Shaq right now. Shaq got a body of a 90-year-old man. Because he's old. How old is Shaq? He got to be 50-something. All he does is complain. All that money, he's still complaining about never open up into a woman. Never open up to a woman because she'll throw it in your face. That's what they do. What you said about God, that was actually a good one. Okay. The yin and yang, you got to do one on yin and yang twins. I didn't see what they did. Oh, that's LeVon. Nate, hold on, my brother. What about the old heads, OGs, that all still got their miles in the morning that don't have a bad health? Yeah, that's the 10%. I just mentioned that. That's 10%. That's a small amount of men. A man's not an OG because he's old. He's an OG because he's a 10%. That's wisdom. That's a whole different dynamic. You could look at that nigga and know that when he was young, he was the man. You could look at him, know his 30s, 40s, 50s, that shit follows him forever. He dies and it follows him. That lives forever. 10% of the men are like that. 10. TJ Chocolate says, I'm 39. That's a horrible age. For a man, that's horrible. You still looking for a daddy. Johnny said, no wonder why these alpha males were saying prime years are 30. Right. Prime years for a woman is 50 and over. A man's prime is from age 15 to 25 because he's about to turn 30, so the depression kicks in. That plunges him. He ain't worried about being 30 at 21. He ain't worried about being 30 at 19. But at 41, you worried about being 50. At 31, you worried about being 50. At 27, you worried about being 50. No man's worried about turning 30 at 22 years old. Okay? The body's gonna assign you. 25, you went through heartbreaks, you went through shit. You're 25, you can't pass by the high school no more and fool bitches because they kids. Now you realize now that 16 and 26 is a big fucking gap. You deal with a younger woman, you 36, you're 46, okay, that's still a big gap. Because now she's older than you biologically, right? So she's more mature, but if she's more mature for her age biologically, you're still an old man thinking you're young. See, the thing is with black men, no man wants to be a man unless he's a kid. See, men don't think they grown until they kids. 16, you think you're a man. 18, you think you're a man. 25, the shit's getting a little scary because now I got to take care of myself. He doesn't want to be a man. He'd rather be a kid. Because when he was a kid, it's easier. Even when his family was fucked up, he ain't had to pay no bills. God damn, I got to pay fucking bills now. I got to be an adult. He don't want to do that. He wants to be an adult when he's a kid, not when he's old. So alpha males are full of shit. And most of these alpha niggas are lost because alpha niggas was beating their wives and girlfriends' asses. That's what they did. Listen, Tina Turner's husband was an alpha male. Ike Turner was an alpha male. Facts. Ike Turner, Tina Turner's abusive husband, was an alpha male. That was the era. All them niggas whooping their wife's asses were alpha males. You got to get permission, bitch. You can't work. You gonna do what the fuck I tell you to do. Y'all keep listening to these black men. That's why I'm trying. Listen to me. Look at my stats. 90% of the men are fucked up. That's why they're on the internet. See, when we was in school, we was teasing him, you piece of shit, kicking him down the stairs, beating him up. So as he gets older, now that trauma hits. I had a nigga tell me, yo, man, you teased me real bad when I was a kid. He's still thinking about it. This shit happened fucking 30, 40 years ago. He's still talking about that shit. I was in middle school. It affects them as they get older. You want to fuck a nigga up? Get him when he's young. If I dated a woman and she had sons, forget it. Them sons better be out the fucking house. I'm not dealing with that unless he's 11, 10 years old. He can't be over 12, too fucking old. No exception. Well, but he just turned 13. Now I'm good. Fuck that. Tell that nigga he better get a therapist. Jay says, I don't know about prime years for men after 40. Their sperm quality declines in. Right. There's no prime for the man's prime is 15 to 25. You want to have a healthy baby with no type of with no exceptions, get you a nigga from 15 to fucking 25. Well, you got to be over 18. You know what I mean? That's when it matters. He's super fertile. His sperm is on fire at that age. Yes, he can have a baby till he's 110 years old. But again, it's weak. So is it better if a man says nothing, Nathaniel, meaning if he is the problem, he got his stuff together. He got to stop talking about having it together. He's old. Stop talking about your age after 30, man. You got to stop doing that. Just say I'm a grown-ass man. I'm old. Embrace it that I'm old. There's no age impressive for a man at 30 years old. I don't give a fuck if he's a fucking astronaut. He's 30. My little cousins were fun when they were 15, 16, 17. Once them niggas started getting older, I remember my father telling me, he said, Junior, they're not going to be fun like that when they get older. I used to bring in the car shows, 2005. I remember there was two of them. There was their mother sent them over to the house. But once they started getting older, I realized, I said, he was right. They're not fun anymore. They old. Now these niggas is 31 years old with babies. You know how awkward it is at my age having a 4-year-old and this nigga got a daughter that's 1? What do we have in common? Our kids? That's it. The kids could play together. She plays with kids. The kids love to play with kids, but we don't have nothing in common. Because to me, he's still a child. But then I have to realize, hold the fuck up. This nigga's an old ass fucking man. So I had to catch myself, but then I started seeing the emotional damage, the trauma that I knew he dealt with. Not having a father, being abused when he was a kid. Now it hits the point. I said, that's why he became a pile of shit at 30. All an emotional fucking wreck. You got to do the math and catch the age, then you won't get as mad. How old is he? A woman's age don't matter, man. Now, goddamn, I can see the woman's age. I know you either a fucking child or a grown woman, or maybe a senior. There's only 3 different levels of a woman's age, so yeah. And you shouldn't even be attracted to the first one because he's too young. Shout out to Chelonius. I appreciate that. Click that like button. Click it. I know a lot of niggas gonna be getting mad. A lot of you niggas, Young Noble, that's fucked up. Yo, you must, I could never feel that way. Yes, you do. Young Noble just pulled the trigger, nigga. He didn't miss. You think Diddy wasn't on a suicide watch? He's old. They ain't gonna put no 18-year-old on no suicide watch. That 53-year-old man, 55-year-old man getting attempted rape and sex trafficking. Oh yeah, that's why they didn't let him out. Because they know he's a flight risk. They know he's a flight risk because he's an old ass man. Okay? Y'all didn't see Diddy in person yet. Y'all don't realize how gray he is because he camouflages, he dyes his hair. Does he look good for his age? Well, he ain't no ugly nigga. Will Smith, these guys are not bad looking men. But they're old. How many of y'all been raised by your parents? Your parents is probably 30 and you're 15. Okay, your parent was a kid when they had you. What you think you're going to turn out to be? Well, I disagree because I turn out to be. I'll make that assumption, sir. Of course you're going to talk good about yourself. That's part of the game. We all lie to women and talk good about ourselves. You ain't going to tell a woman you was beating your meat in the morning watching porn for 3 fucking hours. Why would you do that? You keep that to yourself. You tell her the good. I don't watch porn at all. That's all. It's just that simple. It's easy to lie to a woman. It ain't easy to lie to me. That's going to be fucking hard. Pause. Shout out to Thelonious. I appreciate that. Goddamn again. Goddamn. Yeah. That's why nobody wants the black. That's why these adoption agencies, they don't want no black men. They don't want them. He's lazy. He's going to be an emotional wreck. Black men need their daddy more than a white man. We all know the white man's going to go terrorize the school, shoot up the post office. Yeah, he's an emotional disaster. But the emotional wreck is the black man. You know, he going to fuck his neighborhood up. He going after that first. He going to piss in the fucking elevators. He's going to ruin, all right? He's going to make Section 8 a bad name. The black women didn't make Section 8 a black name. A program is a program. Who the fuck's going to spend $4,000 or $5,000 a month on rent when a program could pay it? The black man is he can't afford his woman. He can't fucking feed her. He tries to get Section 8, they deny him. She'll get it first because they know his punk ass walked out on her. But now he tells her you won't be shit. Yeah, she could open up a business right now and get business loans because she's a black woman and she's a woman, or she's a minority times 2. They don't want to deal with him. He know he ain't going to pay no bills. Nobody wants to deal with a black man in America except a black woman. You got anything that a black woman loves about a black man, she'll support it when a white man won't. He knows it. Shout out to Ray Dean. I already had my colonoscopy right, and your results came back good. Now that's a beautiful thing. All right? You watch. I may not be here to see it, but you know, one day they're going to have colonoscopies that got to be done by 30. You watch. Because I think they should. I think they need black men are old at 30. I think he should have a colonoscopy at 30, not 50. Or 45 now. 40 to 45 now. It's coming there. It used to be 60s, then it's down to 50, right? Because every 5-10 years, they're going to keep bringing that shit down because these niggas is dying from colon cancer like a motherfucker. So salute to you, and you know what? That's a big deal because a lot of men don't see. He want his ass licked, but he don't want a camera up his ass. These niggas want the ass licked, balls licked. 60 years old, they want their dick sucked. They want a woman to put a strap on, lick their ass, eat their groceries, but they don't want a camera up there to find out if he got any motherfucking backed up cancer up there. That's the mindset of a man. And not just all black men, I mean, all men. A lot of niggas don't want to do that. Now, I was afraid to do it. I was because it took Method Man's wife was the one that told me, they put you to sleep. You won't feel nothing. She was the one. Yes, Tamika Smith told me that. So God works in mysterious ways. A black woman had to tell, there was no black man to tell me, they all died. No man, men don't have this conversation about colonoscopies when they turn 40. It took a woman to tell me that. Facts, ask her. How many levels to a man's age, Nate? Young and old. That's it. Young and old. He has to embrace old in order to be the 10%. Once he embraces it, he could flourish. He can't be Jim Jones. He can't be Diddy. They don't want to let go. And they're old men. Any woman that deal with these niggas got a low self-esteem. Diddy's baby's mothers, Cassie, all these women had low self-esteem because of the men they choose. And some women, all they got is that rich or poor, he's gonna be an old fucking fart. A man that loves his age embraces that he's old at 30. I'm telling you. It's not, well, I'll turn 60. No, it's when you turn 30. Because that's where it matters. That's where it's going to kick in. Age kicks in at 30 for a man. Some of you niggas, it kicks in at 25. But 30 years old, that's it. There's no weights around it. Shout out to Don P. Press. Diddy is not good looking to me. No, Diddy's a good looking dude. He ain't a bad looking dude. He ain't no ugly nigga. For all the shit y'all be choosing, I think Diddy's a good looking dude. We don't have a lot of that in our community. Diddy's a fly nigga. He dresses his ass off. I mean, I can't take that away. His mother looks good. It's in their genes. They got good genes. What are you talking about? In fact, these hold on. Speaking about, in fact, Tracy McGrady hating on Kobe Bryant for some stuff back in the, that's old man do that. Remember to me, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Kids get over shit, adults don't. Kids don't hold grudges until they get old. When you see kids amongst each other and they fight in that park, believe me, they'll be playing in the same day. Y'all see it? How many times y'all see these niggas fighting and they be playing basketball again? Not when you old. Okay? 40 is the most dreadful fucking age for most people because that's your age where you're going to hold a grudge. If you ever look at anybody in your life and you don't know what the deal is when they hit 40, that's it. Once you have a grudge at 40, you got a grudge for the rest of your life. That's for man and woman. That's a grudge forever. Forever, forever, forever. That never leaves. Man is worse because remember, women are emotional creatures. Men are not. So we can't handle that. You'll be a grudge holder at 40, but his grudge holding is worse. Because at 50, 60, 70, listen, I knew a man that was in his late 80s. He didn't want to see his son at his deathbed. That's just an old fucking fart for you. What in the fuck could a nigga do for you not want to see your son? To change his life for the better. If I didn't know who he was, I would have said, how old is he? She would have said, oh, 87. I said, yeah, that's regular. That's a regular day. All old niggas is like that. Unless he's part of the 10%. I think if we detox our systems quarterly, that it would help us even, no it won't. Detoxing ain't gonna do shit. You gotta go, detoxing ain't gonna do nothing. You gotta accept that you're old. You're a man, I'm old, I'm an old man. That's all. Fuck a detox, fuck a fasting. You could do all that shit. I know niggas that fasting and they harsh part Muslim. They still do coke. They still work at dealerships, fucking people over and giving them bad deals. No, there's no such thing as detox. That's another myth. It's bullshit. That shit does not work. You know it don't work, because remember, you got to wake up the next morning. You're going to feel like shit. And if you don't feel like shit today, you're going to feel like shit Sunday, Monday. You're going to feel like shit, and you're not going to talk about it. See, the thing is with men hold shit in. They're not going to say, when Jim Jones went at Nas, he not going to say, his mother taught him how to kiss a woman, for Christ's sake. When Nas went at Jay-Z, you know what they were getting old. Because now the beef wasn't no longer a fun rap battle. When we were kids, there were rap battles. It was fun, right? Hip-hop was a young person's sport. They didn't really take it seriously. Once these niggas like Pac started killing each other, and Biggie and Jay-Z and Nas insulting niggas, calling you ugly, and looked up to the nigga, knowing Jay-Z looked up to him, dragging the niggas going after each other's babies, mothers, that's old man shit. Kids don't do that. That's why they say rap is competitive. No, it's not. Not anymore. Because it was competitive when we were 15, 16, 17 years old. You can't be competitive when you're 30. Look at Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Like, these two niggas is the baddest rap niggas in the world right now. But emotional disasters. Kendrick Lamar beats the shit out of his wife. Drake's a pussy, lost a battle and tried to sue the nigga. Like, they're old niggas now. Meek Mill's gay ass is, 36 now? They're old niggas. These niggas ain't crisscross his age. Jump. The thing will make you jump. They're not from that. That's not them. Them kids at that age don't really have that issue, especially from my era. When I was a kid, hip-hop was for children. R&B was for adults. Now, I was a child, but I was an R&B nigga. I was a hip-hop nigga all my life, but I was more R&B. Now I'm older, it's called old school. So the young generation, all they're going to do is call it old grandpa music. Yeah. Wait until they turn 30 years old. That same individual that was teasing is not going to be able to fucking deal with life. I promise you that. He said, well, do have a good point there about Diddy. Yeah, I mean, listen to me. The only thing Diddy that did to me during this case is when he came to the world crying for help, when he beat up Cassie and that video leaked out. That's why he beat his case, because you know what? He ain't try to deny it. He was being a man at that point. You know what? I fucked up. I was wrong. I was in a dark place. A lot of niggas, that went over a lot of niggas' heads. But y'all groupie niggas, y'all sucking his dick. Yeah, now you want to start shit on the internet. Yeah, I told y'all he was going to beat that Rico. Get the fuck. Y'all niggas don't even know what Rico is, nigga. You probably think Rico's the one that fucking washes cars down the block, the Puerto Rican dude. Get the fuck out of my face. Johnny said, would you say Chris Brown is thriving? No, Chris Brown's getting worse. Chris Brown's a junkie. Okay, Chris Brown was at his peak from 15, 16 when he came in the game. That's the Chris Brown I liked. I still like Chris Brown. You know what I mean? I'm just saying Chris Brown, how old was he when he beat up Rihanna? I want to know his age. I know he wasn't 19. He was going into adulthood. That's why he beat her up. Let me look it up. I don't even want to, hold on, let me look it up. Chris Brown's age when he assaulted Rihanna. He was 20. Well, see, remember, 20 years old. He's still not over Rihanna. He's still in love with her. He's doing more drugs. But remember, Chris Brown's a difference because Chris Brown had to mature a little older. He's like a 30-year-old fucking man when he beat up Rihanna because his mother was getting abused physically by her husband, his father. So he's all fucked up. So that's a little, his 20 is an average man's 30. When a nigga start falling in love and he can't get over a woman, that's when all the shit starts. Now he want to burn up shit in front of her house, burn up her car, kill her. These niggas ain't trying to kill a woman that cheated on him at 18 as often, unless he's seen his mother be abused. Because he's going by what the father did. So Chris Brown, unlike most people, he was forced into, first of all, Chris Brown is a mess. Because his trauma is his mother getting beat up from the father. Listen, if I was traumatized from watching my father whip my sister's ass, I wouldn't be here today. You understand where I'm coming from? Traumatized. So traumatized is something that you're not supposed to see, and it affects you negatively. So if Chris Brown sees his father, the man that is his king in his life, a man's first love is his father. And he looks up to his father and he's seen this same man beat him up. But on the flip side, hey, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. He's all fucked up. So only way he knows how to deal with a woman is the abuser. So he only did what he did because his father did it to his mother. Not saying it was okay, but that's why he did it, right? So he did it. He did what Diddy did later. He did in his 20s. What Diddy did to Cassie, that was recent. Okay, he was well over 30 years old. Never had a father in his life. The love hurt him. Was killing Diddy more as them two babies when he was in that court and see that she got a new life with new babies. Men don't move on. Children do, right? Children move on, but the true test of time of a child is when they get older. Because now is it going to be trauma or is it going to be forgiveness? Because if you get older and you forgive what happened in the past because you forgot it or you just forgave just generically, I mean, that's, you know what I mean? That's good. But the real truth is when you get older, it's going to affect you. For good or bad, for worse or better. You understand? So a lot of times when y'all on social media, I'm not going to even play no clips. I don't have to. I don't care if it's Anton Daniels. I don't give a fuck if it's Uncle Luke. I don't care if it's fucking Charles. I don't care if it's fucking Trick Daddy. All these motherfuckers, man, are prime examples of old men. These are the role models. These are today's role models. So when I was younger, our role models was Pac and Biggie. That's what was supposed to be. I think they were terrible role models. I never looked at Pac and Biggie and was inspired. Personally. Never. Because now the old shit starts. Like, granted, so a man is not supposed to play with his peak. He ain't supposed to go to prison in his peak. 15 to 25, you don't want to do no jail time. Because that will hinder him. You go to jail from 15 to 25, you missed your whole youth. It's wiped out. You could go to jail from 30 to 40 and still come back home. Shit's gonna see, it's pretty much the same. 15 to 25, no. That's like 30 years. Because that's your prime years as a man. You know, it's not like a woman that goes to jail. She could go to jail from 30 to fucking 50 years old and still come out and still have a prime of her life. She could have been involved in a full-fledged lesbian relationship and still come home and sit down. But they tell you fat, old, nobody wants you because nobody wants him. He knows the feeling when he gets to that bus stop and sees that fine young bitch and she turns her fucking head because she sees that old face. He doesn't tell you that. He knows it. She doesn't. It's not like she waves to him or blinks her eye. She's terrified. And God forbid he pulls the car out, she's gonna be like, get away from me. I'll call the cops. He doesn't even want to take a risk of that because that will crush him forever. They're going to look at that old fucking face. Jim Jones, yeah, if Jim Jones is a celebrity. But if nobody knew who Jim Jones was and he just randomly popped up on a Latin or young white girl, they're going to say, this old man. They look at him as a rapist, as a pedophile. Nothing positive about an old man, so he knows that. So he doesn't want to face and be that old. His peak is when he was young. You know? And that hurts. That does. You know, when Uncle Luke, I'm just going to play this one clip. He did say this, and just listen to what he said. The key phrase is when he said this. Listen to what he says.
Speaking of young girls, these young girls are out of control. I'm trying to fight them off. I don't know why they want older guys. Then the older women sit up.
I must warn you, this is all lies, by the way. This is called not delusional. This is an illusion. This motherfucker's out of his mind. This is what these niggas do when they start reaching old age. So you said this, you got the two steps, young and old. Okay, this is older. Now he's starting to go towards that direction. You know what I mean? You know that direction I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Now he's forgetting shit.
And they say they don't want no young guy. They don't want me. All the young girls after you, we don't want you. What? But I just want an old lady. I can't go past 50. 35 to 50.
Right, because 35 to 50, you could still finagle a woman and fool her. You could still lie to her. 50 years old, you got a weak dick game and she knows it, and you know you left a bad impression, she's gonna talk about you. And he can't afford that. So he's living in fear. He can't approach the cute girl at the bus stop that needs a ride, right? Unless he looks like an old man with a lollipop and said, here's some candy, kid. He can't do that with no mode of a strong mode of for his self-confidence. So now he can't screw a woman over 50 because he know he can't handle that. What you think? You gonna get in the bed with motherfucking damn Tracy Ellis Ross and be able to do what you do to her to a 21-year-old? It ain't gonna work. Most women that age don't even want their pussies eaten. They just want some good dick. He's not confident of giving good dick because his dick is garbage.
35 to 50 is well, man. If you go past 50, it's not going to be exciting in the bed. Remember?
Right. So watch this. He says it's not going to be exciting in the bed. Now he puts this narrative into the world, influences all these loser old motherfuckers. They say, oh shit, I thought I was the only one that didn't talk about that. They're going to leave the comments on there. Now the young nigga's all fucked up because he like, well, damn. You know, I didn't know 50 was so fucking old. So now he listening to the old nigga. He like, well, damn, 35 is old for me. It is, right? But this is the part that really does it. Watch this.
It's not going to be exciting in the bed. Remember, and I came to that conclusion the other day. I remember when I was 21.
Right. He remembers when he was 21. That's his peak. So Chris Brown fucked his peak up because this nigga was beating up girls in the most important part of his life, 15 to 25. This nigga's going back. This is a superstar in the game, right? He's been in the game, the hip-hop game for 40 years. Hip-hop is only 50 years old, 52 years old to be exact. So this fucking loser, 40 years been in the game, 2 Live Crew, Uncle Luke, did whatever he did, and now what? Now the nigga's reminiscing on his peak of his life. This is when they start falling down. He's 6. So I asked somebody today, how old is he? He's 61. There it goes. That's why he's doing that. He's old. And 61 for a black man, forget it, that's like 80. For him, because what happens is, even though a woman matures faster than a man, so if you date a woman that's 60 years old, she's really 65. And you're 60, so you're with an old woman at that point, right? She's 65, you 60. Only thing that's gonna make him feel young is the fat bitch across the seat that's 21 years old, because she's too fucking old for him. She reminds him of how old he is because she's older than him, even though she's 60. So 65, you were too old. She's gonna tell him, am I lying, black women? You too old for that. You too old to listen to this song. You too old to be acting like that. You too old. She's gonna remind him, right? Block him, block this guy here. Block this fucking loser, block him. Get him out of here real quick, right now. Get him out, get him out, get him the fuck out of here. Get this fucking gay ass nigga out. Get him out. Get him the fuck out of here. You don't ever call a man handsome, you fucking punk. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him the fuck out of here. Block his fucking ass, piece of dirt. So when you heard to the black man, you won't be nothing. It's not the black woman heard that from the failure black father. That was meant for him. He won't be shit. He believes that. He doesn't believe it when you say it. He believes it when I do. Because I'm a man. He knows. Shit. He knows it. Thank you for getting him out of here. I'm not going to respond to that fucking loser. Okay? You understand? You gotta be realistic. So what you're hearing on the internet is not even a pander. He's in pain. He's crying out for help. He hates himself. So he tells the woman, you old, nobody's gonna want you. Right. That's called projecting. That's a projection. It's like a projection. I got security cameras in here, right? So you look at a window and it projects. So you have the sun and it projects and it hits into, we have reflectors, right? So when you're doing photo shoots, we try to get the sun and take some of the sunlight to put it on the subject of the person, right? It's a projection. That's all. When a man tells you, you got it together, he got his shit together, he's doing this, that's all game. We run game on you because we know you don't know any fucking better. But he's old. And he hasn't accepted it. There's only 2 levels. He's either young or old. And young is not a fucking 30-year-old man. You can't be young and you could biologically be a grandfather. So he says, well, woman too. Right. Notice how he says woman too, because he wants, misery loves company, right? So he wants company. They do it to me all the time. Well, you too, Nate. Right. He wants company, and I'm the one giving the fucking information. How the fuck am I his company? He's not my company. He's dirt. Hey, Nat, I will be 35 Sunday. I agree with what you're saying. I'm telling you. The only way niggas could, and they can't say it. Oh, I'm happy with my age. No, he's not. He's not happy with his age because he wouldn't have said that. The most insecure thing a person could say is, the most insecure thing a person could say is, I'm happy with my age. Nobody's happy being fucking old. I'm gonna tell you that. You may have accepted it. You may have learned to live with it. You're not happy because your peak was 15 to fucking 25 years old. How the fuck you happy? Your peak was 15 to 25. You can't be happy older. It's everything else but happy. Happy's pushing it. You're settled. You're everything else, okay? Well, what does a confident man say? I'm fucking grown. I'm old. I'm an old ass nigga. How old are you, sir? Old. You gotta ask, bitch, I'm old. That's secure. Okay? He may even ask you, how old do I look? I look good for my age. Well, what's the difference with an old fucking man? 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. You still old. What are you saying? Well, I'm 50, but I look 20. Right. Well, you don't look like a kid, number one. Stop it. If you 50, you look 30, you still old, motherfucker. It don't make a difference. That's just making people 50 feel fucked up. Damn, I don't look, what is 50 look? It doesn't matter, you old. A man is old first before the woman. Because he has to accept it. She knows she's biologically 5 years ahead of you. You're 15, she's 15, she's really 20. She's biologically more mature than you because she reached womanhood first. That's all it means. She had a period, nigga. You had your first piece of pussy or you jerked off and busted a nut at 13. Okay, she had a period at 8 years old. So now she has a period, she can have a child. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now she has the mechanism as a 13-year-old. You as the boy, being a boy that you are gonna take advantage of that. Because now you know you could put a baby in her. So when men want to commit suicide, I understand it. I do. I totally understand it. I do. Because I know he's suffering. What else is he going to do? He's going to make a menace to this world? You know what? Young Noble probably would have fucking killed 10 people. We don't know. He probably did the world a favor. Tupac fucked up the game. They fucked it all up. This nigga did time in an upstate prison in New York. They wasn't talking none of that East Coast shit. And then he gets out and starts being a West Coast nigga. Fucks the game up because y'all niggas were old niggas fucking the game up. We been had rap battles. MC Shan and motherfucking KRS-One was rap battle. They was teenagers. Nobody killed nobody over a hip hop record. Now you niggas killed because somebody said something on the internet. Because you're old. Trick Daddy sat there with Charles, whatever his name is, doing a cooking show. Not one time did Charles fucking eat anything. Do anything with cooking. He was eating the fries. These niggas was in there gossiping. You could be a total nobody, a troll, make a comment about Trick Daddy on his Instagram, he's gonna fucking respond. Because they're old men. All you gotta do is call him, nigga, you old and ugly. He gonna be like, yeah, fuck you, nigga, that's why you broke. I checked your Instagram out, your YouTube channel, you got 4,000. He's gonna try to go in on me, but I tell you this much, the mission was accomplished. I got him. Because I told him the truth. See, the difference is you gotta think of it like this. A troll is never the truth. But if you tell a nigga the truth, that shit hurts. The fucking truth hurts. You wanna get a nigga, you gotta hit him with the truth. I remember one time there was this one nigga I knew. He knew I'm talking about, punk ass. I ain't gonna mention his name because he live in the hood. And, you know, I do got the respect for his family, his sisters and shit, for his brothers. But this one motherfucker came into the shop and he was trying to give me, you know what I mean? Trying to go back. I'm like, you know what? I don't like doing this because you drag me and then I drag you and then I'm going to be the bad guy. I'm always the fucking bad guy, okay? I shot one back at him. I said, listen, man, why don't you just be honest and tell everybody you're a homo? And that you love fucking men and getting to sucking dick. You should have seen his look on his face. You know, he ran out the barbershop crying. Because see, one thing about me is I'm not going to just drag you and make a fucking fake joke and be a troll. I'm going to hit you with the truth. He knew I knew something, and I did. That's why he fucking ran. That's why when he sees me now, he knows better. I almost said your name, you pussy. Okay, I'll tell you one thing though. Selita Ebanks, the model. Y'all know her. She used to go with Conway, all right? Okay, they grew up on my block, literally. Her father still lives down the street from me. Okay? This nigga tried to act like he was her manager or some bullshit. I put up a few videos because she had a Halloween party at her house. Long story short, the femininity kicks in. Nigga tried to throw a little stone at me. And he tried to go for my jugular vein. I said, okay, all right, okay. How about this? Bang. I shot back a cannon. He tried, but I succeeded. And when I threw it back to him, it fucking killed him. Okay, he ran out again. Asked my man Sean White. Against the Grill, 61 Victory Boulevard when they were there before they moved to Bay Street. He fucking started crying and ran out that bitch. That's why I don't give niggas the truth, because they can't handle what they put out. See, one thing about a troll, all he can do is troll you, aggravate you, antagonize you. Now I throw the truth back on the nigga. Now the motherfucker want to cry like a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Keller's here.
All right.
All right.
So leave around 9 o'clock.
That's when the book, 9 o'clock, okay.
Yeah, leave around 9. If it's any sooner, I'll call you. But go ahead.
Huh?
If it's any sooner, I'll call you.
All right.
All right. So what you got to think about, instead of dragging these niggas, I don't want you using this information to drag niggas. I want people just to be aware, because you're going to keep hearing it. That's why you're seeing so much of goofy shit. That's why you see Snoop being a clown, Jay-Z looking dumb, calling a Carter tour should just be Beyonce tour. Beyonce's daughter's on stage. Jay-Z right now, because Kanye said the truth now the nigga want to put his kids out there. It's a lot of goofy shit. So all y'all got is just goofy influence. Y'all got goofy influence. They just putting goofy influence into the neighborhood. That's all they doing. It's like a big rainstorm of goofy shit. That's why you see old niggas like life is great, can't complain, will never have it for nothing less. Yeah, because he's hurting. Nobody happy talks like, they just won't say nothing. They just won't. So you as a receiver, as a woman, as a man, because you have a brain and brains could be influenced, you got to watch what goes on in your brain. You got to guard that. Because if niggas is just putting goofy shit coming from the sky and that shit's going into your brain, it harms the body and soul. You no good to nobody. Remember Twitch? Twitch killed himself? He probably could have turned the gun on the family. At least he turned it on himself. You don't ever say rest in peace to a nigga that kills himself. He did you a favor. You got to say thank you. Because he could have went the selfish route. Oh, it's selfish to kill yourself. It's selfish to kill yourself and take people with you and then kill yourself. That's selfish. Yeah, the selfish fact you left kids behind, but he probably would have killed the daughter, young Noble. He said things ain't been right since Tupac been gone. We know that shit ain't been right in hip hop since Tupac been gone. As far as the drama's concerned. But there was a side of Tupac that got better. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. Yo, what's up, bro? What's up, man? What's up, my brother? I just made all your receipts. But I got them all. I just made them all today in the car. Because it's from April or May. But I got them. They looking good, man, with the hair, man. Looking smooth. All right, thanks, Pop. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. God damn. Okay, so be mindful now of this. So what you got to start thinking of is man and woman now. Some men be like, well, what about the woman? Don't worry about the woman, okay? All right? I don't know how many videos I did here, but there's tons of shit where I've had to let sisters know. The problem is you're slaving to the black man's insecurities, to his failures. The best way to help him, you got to know when he's crying for help. Okay, Charleston White is he's crying out for help. His influence was he said it today, his influence was Rudy Ray Moore's character Dolomite. You understand what I'm saying? These niggas could be doing so much more with the power and the influence that they have on people. You understand? So they got to start thinking different. They got to say to themselves, well, if I got this influence on people, maybe I could turn it up and do better. But they don't, because they're hurting, right? So it's like a man that says, man, you know your wife loves you. You beat her up. Why'd you? Man, The woman loves you. Why don't you use your powers accordingly? And he says, you know what, Nate, I thought I was worthless. Nate, you call us worthless? Yeah, I do. I call you worthless until I see a fucking man. This is not psychology, nigga. This is all real. You're going to see when you turn fucking 30, it's going to be a motherfucker. As a man, okay? Because you're too busy listening to influencers, right? You're too busy listening to influences so if you're listening to influence, how you learning? Running the streets is also another form of suicide. All those drill rappers, that's not suicide. Those are children. You can't be 35 being a drill rapper. That's a young kid's game. They're children. They don't know any fucking better. Most kids are stupid any fucking way. That's not suicide. Suicide is when you take a gun and put it to your head and kill yourself. That's suicide. Suicide is not, respectfully, this comment. Suicide is the parent that had the child knowing he wasn't going to be a good father because he was a piece of shit. That's suicide. Knowing you could have raised this little nigga to be something. It's not suicide. Kids don't know any better. He's a child. They're not mature. Their brain's not even mature enough. You understand? You hit them with a 3-piece. It's a fact. They can't debate it. They can't. Listen, you heard Anton say a woman's peak is, no, a woman can't peak. A woman can't peak at 20. It's biologically impossible. She's already 5 years ahead of you. You want a young woman, nigga, and you want a child, nigga, and you want to make a woman into a woman, then that's not fair for her. Now you're taking advantage of her youth. You're stripping her youth. Why don't you just be a fucking man and accept the fact that you are old fuck? That's it. To be a man does mean that you're old. You can't be a man at 16. You can man up and do man responsibilities, but you can't go to no city and say, I take care of all my kids. I take care of all my little brothers and sisters. I'm 16. They go like, no, nigga, we need a fucking adult. You're just a baby. We don't give a fuck what you do, nigga. At the end of the day, that's a man's job. Okay? I never understood what happened with Twitch. He married a white woman, had a whole bunch of kids, still felt fucking worthless, was unhappy, realized that he was a piece of shit, and he killed himself. That's what people do when they kill themselves. They're worthless. I'm nobody. I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean? At least that's what he did. You don't just kill yourself, nigga, because you was having a bad day. Oh, I don't understand. He had the beautiful kids, beautiful life. He was rich. Right. You can identify with that because the materialistic things that you never had, he had, and that shit didn't do nothing for his unhappiness. That's why he murked himself. Pac had many grudges. Right. Because, again, how old was Pac when he died? 21? Yeah, that's when it starts. When you start noticing your kids is going to be a motherfucker, it's going to be, when they're 15 to 25, the years they start fucking up, they may be a fuck up for life. Because those are their golden years. A man's peak is 15 to 25. So once he starts doing some fuckery, it will affect his life. 15 to 25, you're supposed to enjoy it. You're supposed to be a kid. You understand? So if you 25 years old and you see your mother get raped and beat up and disrespected, you're gonna be fried. Cause now you've seen shit that you should have never seen, but now you've seen it as a minor, cause it's still your peak. Even though you're 25, you're not a minor technically, but it's still in your wonder years. When did it happen? When did you get locked up? When did you fuck up? When did you get hurt? You know what I mean? So by the time you're 30, it's gonna resonate. That's why age is a big deal. Now, age is just a number physically, because all you got to do is look good. Yeah, it's just a number. Just look good. You know what I mean? Dress nice, camouflage the body. You know what I mean? That's where it's just a number. But for a man, it means a lot. You know, hitting the wall is not a woman thing. A woman, would you want to disrespect and tell a woman she hits the wall because she's going through menopause? I mean, come on. You know what I mean? That's not hitting a wall, nigga. That's life. So you're gonna tell me that God is at fault because he allows a woman to take her body to change? But what about you, nigga? This is a mental thing. What about your mental? What about that fucking brain? What you could do? You know what I mean? She got an excuse. What about you? You niggas are balding. If a woman was balding, she'd be terrified, but at least she could cover it up, put a wig on. There's not a wig in this world that a man could wear that we could say, I know that's your real hair. A woman could fool you. They get lace fronts, nice wigs. Some of them got wigs and got hair. What do you do when you're balding? Think about that. Now somebody tells you, you call it a baldy. No, nigga, you're bald. You're losing hair. You're suffering hair loss. No, I cut my shit. No, you're suffering hair loss. That is an epitome of an old man. That's what happens to old fucking men. They lose hair. What could you tell me? Well, nigga, you old nigga. Again. Nice try, but why don't you explain yourself? Why do you feel like a lowlife? Why do you feel like why do you feel that you have to put the woman in a category and there's not a man in this world to even prepare you to deal with the fact that you're old? What happened to that? So I'm going to leave it here, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to educate yourself by don't comment, just pay attention. Put those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. Just sit back. Don't respond. You know, don't do what this woman did. Let me give you an example. This is what you don't do. That's why I tell you, if you can interview me, go to the next question. Right? Go to the next question. Let me give you an example of what you don't do. This is what you don't do. Let me show you. When you're asking a question,
have children, but then
I'm just tired of these females. I'm just tired of these females who cooked after 30. I'm gonna say it like that. Cooked.
What?
Okay, so you're personally attacking me, so I would like to know.
How am I attacking you?
Because I'm after 30, so I'm cooked.
Yeah.
Right. So what you're doing is you're asking this old fucking male loser, all right, that contemplated on letting it go already. That's why he said that. You fell right into the trap. Let him have his opinion. He's not entitled to it because you're not entitled to have an opinion if it ain't the truth. So let him just keep talking. But if you're responding, you're giving him strength. If Will Smith has an audience and his fucking crowd responds to his whack music, he's gonna make more music. He's gonna keep fucking performing. But if niggas start fucking being silent and they know a boo was gonna come after that, but they're gonna start getting booed, then he has no audience. You're giving him an audience. Just say interesting, you know, let him talk. Shout out to SCM, goddamn. Thank you very much, darling. Shout out to SCM for that. Your fine self. I appreciate that. Thank you, SCM. Salute to Brooklyn. Goddamn. Just let them talk. That's all. Nate, you should get on these platforms and tell them they can't. The only way they're going to get me on a platform, they have to have a master class. You'd have to ask me the question. You ever see the big audience and the guy just sits there asking questions? So what do you think the future is? I think it's crummy. Why do you think that? Bing, bing, bang. Okay, next question. You can't debate with me. You can't do that. As a guest, you can't debate with. If you came to debate, you got to stick in these platforms where a woman's gonna feel. There's no way in the world a nigga could tell me that shit, and I'm not gonna laugh in this fucking face. See, a man doesn't come to me talking about these women be hitting the wall. Because I already know the minute he says that he ain't getting no pussy. He's frustrated. Whatever it is bad. Okay? So to be Paul Pierce, that nigga's a clown. All them niggas are clowns. Some of these niggas been doing this shit for I'm like, damn, he's still doing that shit? All these niggas are clown. Passport Bros, Manosphere, all these niggas. And y'all listen to these motherfuckers? These niggas wouldn't last in the street with that mindset. They would murk them. They're not men. Won't these niggas drag the woman? It's the same way how you see, niggas talking shit with a cop. Fuck that, yo. I ain't rolling out my window. I know my rights. Why don't you tell that to the stick-up kid? When the next time that nigga pull that when the nigga pull out the blicky on you next time and say, yo, nigga, give up your shit. Why don't you talk to him? Tell that nigga you got your rights. I work hard for this and see what happens if he don't fucking blow you into smithereens. You watch this, it's influence. So next time you get pulled over, yo, fuck that, I ain't cooperating with these cops, they racist. You can't do that. He has a deadly weapon. The difference with the stick-up kid, you're dead and he's gone. Whether he did 20 years ain't gonna bring you back. But the problem is when a cop shoots you, nigga, the most he's gonna do is lose his job. And you're dead. So just cooperate. Shout out to Don P. Press for that. Put them likes up. Get the likes up to 50. Get them. We had 47 likes. Get the likes up to 50. Y'all watching 50 Cent. You watch Busta Rhymes. Y'all watch these niggas with these celebrities. Fuck celebrities. They're dirt. You want to be like a celebrity like Sade. She don't want to do nothing. I don't want to be seen. Fuck everybody. When you have a low-life celebrity to tell a person, hold this phone while I walk out the restaurant, those are losers. Influence is not good for the brain. You need inspiration. Salute to you, Don P. I appreciate it. You understand? Shout out to Jerry Mason. You can't do it. So right now, niggas are looking for fathers. Niggas are looking for a role model. Some of these niggas are still inspired by fucking Pac and fucking Biggie's whack ass. And they were influenced. They don't know. A lot of people don't even know what inspiration is. Inspiration makes you do better. So how is this nigga Paul sitting down telling woman hit the wall at 30? Because he's washed. Influence means you could just spit out anything out your mouth, nigga. Like, really? Come on. And you listen to that. And come and tell me later, yeah, Nate, you need to get there. I'm like, well, what about yourself? You listen to this motherfucker? You follow him? My algorithm tells me who y'all be following. I had one chick come here today. She ain't fucking leaving a comment in this video. And she had the nerve to keep coming back talking her bullshit because she ain't doing nothing but fucking whack bum ass niggas. And then she comes back every time. When she's with the whack nigga, she don't fuck with me. When she's going through a breakup in her life and realize the nigga was a pile of shit, then she want to come back. Don't come here. I don't need you. I don't fucking need you. You don't need what listen, I could give my t-shirts away for free. Doesn't mean nothing. You're supposed to get the t-shirt when you get the picture. Okay? You a member when you get the picture. You have a blue wrench, all the above, you get it. But when you don't get it, I don't fuck with you. I don't give a fuck if you my family and friends. You don't get it, I don't fuck with you. My wife was saying, I don't understand this person. We talk about particular family members. I said, babe, look how old these niggas is. Your nephew's a piece of shit. He attempted suicide at 27. He's 31 years old. He'll be 31 this year. He's a piece of fucking garbage. You know it, but you're not going to admit it because that's your blood nephew. It ain't mine. And even if it was, I still could identify a piece of fucking garbage. He wasn't this issue at 10, 9, 8 years old when he lost his mother and we fucking raised him. He was a genuine, beautiful soul. It's not until he came to his wonder years and became a full piece of garbage. Now he's 30. Fuck him. He's 30 years old. His father's in his fucking 50s. They ain't gonna never change. It's gonna get worse. The more, every day is gonna get worse for that fucking 30 every fucking day. We halfway through the summer. Wait till August. Every month he gets reminded how much of a piece of garbage he is because he gotta pay that bill. And look at himself in the mirror and say, I try to kill myself and jump off a fucking ladder. And he flopped because he didn't do it. My wife's a little more forgiving than me. I just want to know the age of the fucking losers in your life. Name them, give it to me. 30, 53, fucking 60. No, I want to know all the fucking male losers in your life. And I tell you, whoever's living here right now, tell me their fucking age. Because they ain't 12 and 13. You got issues with an 11-year-old or issues with a 30-year-old. Big fucking difference. He never gonna be right. He gets worse. Because it's all downhill. And then what if he challenges me? He can't. It's been proven. He got worse. When he was 25, he was bad. 5 years later, he's fucking dirt. Still a piece of shit. Look at his woman. So she's gonna fail because she's with him. She ain't with a man, she's with a boy. He still think he's 12. Anthony Bourdain, Robin Williams, what are your thoughts on pertaining to these suicides, because your message does align with these? They were old men. How old were they? Tell me right now, how old were they? I'm not going to look it up. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris, my nigga. Chris, tell me how old they were. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. How old was Robin Williams when he killed himself, and how old was Anthony Bourdain? Now remember, my little cousin killed himself at 15. So that means he never got to enjoy his wonder years. But his mother pushed him. So he had an excuse. As a child, there's an excuse. What excuse do they have? They were old. How old were they fucking? How old was that fucking Anthony Bourdain? Had the best travel channel on earth. Robin Williams, an exceptionally incredible actor. Rich, famous, all these niggas. Tell me how old they were. Watch this. Watch this. Watch. Robin Williams is 63. I rest my case. Tell me how much Anthony Bourdain was. Watch this. Watch. Watch this. This is all males. Watch this. 63. He was about 40. Preachella says 40. $60. Oh, no. She said 6. I'm sorry. So Chris, I didn't even know he was that old. Right. So let's just say 60 and 63, these niggas killed themselves. How old was Twitch? How old was Young Noble that just killed himself because he wasn't young? That was another problem, because he was young when he came in the game. When he was part of the Outlaws, he was young. So Anthony Bourdain was 60. 60. Young Noble just killed himself from the Outlaws. 47. How old was Twitch? Y'all want to keep going? So let me blow your mind. How come the black male has the highest suicide rate? How come men kill themselves more than women? Yeah, Young Noble was 47. 47 years old. These are all suicide watch ages. Twitch was 40. Told you. Twitch was 40. Young Noble was 47. Anthony Bourdain was 60. Let's keep going. Who else? What was the nigga that was running motherfucking Violator Management that killed himself? That nigga that killed himself in the Bronx. Who else? Twitch was late 30s, same shit. 30s, 40s, 50s, same shit. 30 years old, in 20 years, you'll be 50. It sounds like there's a big gap. No, 30 years old and 20, you'll be 50. Now, if you're 15 and you'll be 50, that's a big fucking stretch. That's a long time. But 30 years old, forget it. Chris Lighty, thank you, Big Phil. Thank you. How old was Chris Lighty? Everybody we naming had the world in the palm of their hands. All the stuff we work hard for, right? Family, right? Nice, this, fame, fortune, all had this. Right? Anthony, did you see Anthony Bourdain's life? I think out of all of them, what in the fuck would make a man kill themselves and you're traveling around the world? So yeah, that's why I just travel. That don't mean shit. Anthony Bourdain was the best that did it. He has the best channel. They still show his show. Nobody did it the way he did. If I had a travel channel, I would do it like that. Okay? He killed himself. Lighty was 44. Shakur Stewart was 34. I told you. And then you'll think of more. I want y'all to pay attention. Just watch. Don't argue no more. Don't debate. Don't debate with these niggas. You're going to a barbershop, you're getting your son's hair cut, and they pissing, and they don't get into the conversation. Ladies, don't get into it. Just pay attention. Lighty was 44, Shakur Stewart was 34. Now let me blow your mind. There's 50 likes and there's 4, y'all can't see it. There's 4 thumbs down. See my point? The people here want to learn. That fucking loser, he gets rejected, he keeps coming back because the truth is hurting him. So Nate, what's the difference with 26, 27? That's bad. For a man, that's hell. Because you know he's not going to be able to be a man in his 30s. He's not confident of that. His mother and father are not going to teach him to be without him. So all he can do is that. Thank y'all for those likes, y'all. I appreciate that. Again, hip-hop battles, MC Shan, the Buther Bridge against South Bronx. These niggas wasn't killing nobody. The game didn't get fucked up. They killed Scholar Rock, but the game didn't get fucked up until these niggas started getting older. The emotions rise. If your kid is 15 years old and he's an emotional wreck because he is jealous of his little baby sister, you're going to have a fucking problem with him. Because it's too late. 25 years old, he's going to be a fucking disaster. He probably have 4 kids by 4 different babies' mothers. You got to have that boy together by 12. Because his lifespan is shorter. And he's supposed to become a man at 30 when he becomes old. So 15 fucking years. He has to know that he's going to be an old fucking man at 30. If he doesn't accept that because he thinks he's still young, he's gonna have a problem because that's what happens. It's gonna go downhill because in his mind, I'm still young. I still got it together. I'm in the best shape ever. I make more money. I could treat a woman better. No, doesn't know how to treat a lady.